Recording in progress. All right, here we go, loves. So if you can, we're going to be sitting up on blocks, and you can sit on 2 blocks. You can sit on 1 block. You can have your block high or low, whatever really feels comfortable for you. It's an interesting way to start class because if your knees are cranky or your ankles are stiff, it can be a little bit more challenging to sit this way. But this is a couple of reasons, right? It is the precursor to hero pose or Thunderbolt pose. Thunderbolt meaning you sit on your heels. Hero pose, you sit between the heels, which my knees don't love. And it helps us lift up through the spine, right? So I love sitting this way because it just feels that much easier to sit up without rounding in the back so that we can align our spines as opposed to sitting with our legs crossed and having to fight that gravity or that anterior tilt of the pelvis. So, hence, this is why we're starting this way. Now, if you get cranky or if your ankles get cranky, just whatever we're doing, take a break. We'll come in and out of this, but if you start to feel uncomfortable, just shift out for a minute or two, or not really a minute or two, a breath or two, and then come on back. I switched to coffee again, so I'm a little hyper. Okay, here we go. Take the shoulders, roll them up. I was on the tea kick for a while and that was awesome. And then I felt like I needed coffee. So here we go. Good. One more big circle and let that go and just let the hands rest wherever it is. If your knees don't like this, please sit in a way, a cross-legged position or up in a chair. All of that would be wonderful. So never, never, never sit or do anything that causes pain. Okay, so sit well, everyone, and just imagine, even sitting on a block, imagine if you were resting against the wall and you could feel your sacrum touch the back of the wall, and you could feel the back of the shoulders touch the wall, and you could feel the back of the head touch the wall. So try to draw those 3 parts of your body back toward the imaginary wall and notice what that does for your spine and for your alignment. In particular, the whole head thing, right? The head and the shoulders. As we continue to do forward movement with our bodies, computers, text, dishes, driving, all that stuff, it gets more and more challenging to draw the head back in space, to draw the shoulders back in space. So I love this pose for helping us align our bodies. And then imagine you have a book at the top, very top of your head. And you want to raise up into that imaginary book to feel your whole spine, especially through the neck, get long in all 4 sides, right? The front, the back, and both sides of your neck. And then find your breath. Just notice as you take a breath in, and as you exhale out. Good. As you inhale in, deep breath. And as you exhale out. Good. One more here. Inhale. And exhale. And then open the eyes for a minute. And I want you to make like a little circle, kind of soft fist with your hand. And I want you to pretend that this is a straw. Okay. So don't make it really narrow. So pretend you have a little straw there and put it up to your mouth. And I want you to inhale a thick shake through that straw. So I want you to take that in as much as you can. Here we go. Breathe in and then let go. Good. Do it again. Inhale and exhale. So we're working with the lungs here. Inhale. Exhale. Two more just like this. Exhale. You should be going as deeply inhale as you can. Last one, inhale and exhale. And then just breathe normally. We're going to do 5 more of those. Now, this time, either keep your straw nice and big and open, or close it up a little bit so there's barely a hole here. So we're creating resistance. And the reason I thought about this, I'm sure there's a reason for all of this, but when you are recovering from surgery or anesthesia, a lot of times they give you those little inspirometers and they don't have you breathe out. They have you breathe in to find out your lung capacity and your lung resistance as you breathe in. So teaching ourselves how to breathe in deeply is going to help keep those lungs open and keep our lung capacity working much better. So you could take a straw at home and do the same thing if you wanted to. All right, so either a big hole through the middle or a small hole through the middle. And kind of ready, 5 more. Here we go. And exhale. Good, work the lungs. Here we go. And exhale. Felt that one all the way down here. Good. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. And exhale. And just feel that, right? Feel that. All right, we have just one more, one more. We're not going to use the hands this time. And what I didn't mention before is watching the accessory muscles, right? We don't want to, like when we're inhaling, we don't want to go, right? We want to keep the accessory breathing muscles down. Okay, so just one breath, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to pretend we're inhaling through resistance, get to the top, pause for a second, and then take one more sip. Okay, this is the most delicious shake you've ever had. All right, here we go. So inhale. And a sip. And exhale. Woo! Yeah, good. So just feel that. Let's take one leg out. I realize they've been sitting there for a long time. Good. If you are still able to sit this way, just one leg out. If you're sitting in a chair or with straight legs, just bend one leg. And in a chair, your foot's on the floor. And then flex your ankle. Woo, and drop it down. Good. Flex. 3, 4, 5. Good squeeze. 6, 7, shin work. 8, 9, 10, and then straighten the leg. Watch the back of the knee. Don't let it hyperextend. Dig the heel in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive. Watch the blocks. Take your fingers to the floor. Roll your shoulders back. Move the chest toward those toes. So not the head, but the center of the chest. And just stretch those hammies a little bit. Big deep breath. Think about what we just did. Good. Find your pose. Nice. And take it up. Inhale. Exhale to your hands or to your heart and let go. Lean to one side, bring that foot back, bring the other one out. Yeah, I know. We don't do this much. Think about it. We're walking, we're flexing. We don't stretch a lot. All right, let's flex for 10. So up and 2. You want a little more resistance? Add your arm. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Straighten that leg out. Make sure you feel nice and balanced. Dig the heel in. Inhale it up. Exhale forward. Whew. And again, once you come forward, right? Tricky on the blocks, often very tricky on the blocks. Make sure you feel steady. If you're in a chair, that leg, extended leg is straight out and you're digging down into the floor. Lengthen the chest, thank you, Judy, not the head. Pull the shoulders back. Breathe. Ooh, yeah, tight, tight. And take it up. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, roll the shoulders back. Draw that leg back. Bring the other one forward. We're almost done on the block. I'm going to lower mine by 1 because I was up on the shorter edge and that's a little bit more imbalanced. Now, if you're up on 2 or 3 blocks, please be careful. You're going to take those hands behind you and then imagine that you're going to push the hips off the floor or off the block. So we're stretching this quad. If you're seated, you could, in a chair, you just take that leg to the side of the chair and stretch it that way. If you're not sitting on a block, you could lay on one side and take the top leg straight back. So we're looking for a stretch right here. Anybody feeling that? And the more you try to push the hips off the block without actually lifting, the more you're going to feel this big old stretch. Good. Come on up. Switch sides. We're almost done here. Hang in there with me if you can. And you can be up on 2 blocks, or like I said, you could be just on the floor, leaning to one side or laying on one side. All right. So lean back, press the heels or the hips up, and feel that stretch. Oh, the wall's kind of nice. Could just chill out over here. Breathe and kind of notice, right? Quadriceps get tight, and we are going to be using these babies today. So give them a little stretch, a little love. Good. Press it up. Take both feet out. And I would just come on off your block. Just make that easy. Woo, good. Flex both ankles. Really tight, really, really tight. Dig one ankle in. Again, if you're on the chair, you're just digging one foot. Grab your other foot, bring it up and take it up straight or straight-ish. Now, what's got to happen here, right? Chest has got to move forward. The shoulders draw back. The other arm can come up. Breathe. Imagine moving the ribs away from the hips, like get really tall through your spine. Dig the other heel in. Find your breath, right? This leg's tight, the hamstring's tight. Maybe you bend a little and straighten. Oh, yeah. Feel that. Breathe. And then let go of the leg. Woo! It's a party. And lower it down. Straighten both legs. Find Dandasana. And exhale, let go, shake them both out. Let's go to the other side. Dig both heels in. Reach for that foot. By the way, if the foot is just not going to happen, you can grab your ankle, your shin. Start to breathe. Both shoulders draw back. Find that. Maybe the arm goes up. Good. Dig the other heel in. That helps us move the chest forward. Breathe. You can bend and straighten. Did anybody hear that crack? And straighten. Maybe another. Oh, that feels really nice. Let go. Lower down. Straighten the other leg. Come on up. Dandasana pose. Exhale. Let go. Shake it out. And then take both feet wide again if you're sitting in the chair, you can just take your feet wide on either side and then wrap your arms around those knees and pull the chest forward. So think of a little cow pose, cow-ish pose, and breathe. And then curl it down, watch your spines, and press it up and forward. Exhale down and up and forward. Good. One more here. Down and up and forward. Take those hands behind you. Windshield wiper the hips, the legs. That's it. Couple more. Internal, external rotation. Easy to do. Let the knees go to one side. That hand goes down, that back leg lands. I want you to be comfortable here. Ideally, you don't even necessarily need the hand. It's just there for support. We're going to do something different. This back leg. First, I want you to see if you can lift the knee up. Now, you might have to change the angle of that leg, right? It might have to go back more or forward more. So just lift and lower. Back leg. Lift and lower. Keep the foot on the ground. We're working these muscles right out here. You might feel that. Try not to lean back, right? Try not to kind of roll. Good. Next one, I want you to hold. Lift and hold. See if you can take your hands off the floor. You're going to start to feel this back muscle pretty quickly. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand down, knee down, lift the foot harder. Okay. Ooh, that doesn't go far at all. Try not to overweight here. Okay. Breathe. Good. And lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can hold. See if the hands will come off. Woo. Breathe. Lower. Release. Straighten both legs. Dandasana pose. Arms are always optional. And exhale. Take them wide. See, did you notice? No hands. Windshield wiper. You can take the hands behind. How much can you move around your legs, around your hips? Next time it is over to the other side, pause. Now, if you're in the chair, which I know one of you are, this is obviously a little bit trickier. I'm going to trust that you can get creative here in figuring out how to work this similar way. So first things first, the knee is lifting and lowering. Lift, try not to roll. It's really easy. If you're not sure, you can take your hand to your hip. Breathe. You can take your hands off. Lift and hold. Ooh. Breathe. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. Lift the heel. That one doesn't want to go very far. Good. And give me 5 of those. 1. Ow. 2, 3. Wow, what a difference. 4, 5. See if you can hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Wow, take those knees up, straighten the legs, Dandasana pose. Squeeze the beach ball, everybody. Take those hands together, reach down, interlace and reach up. Exhale, bend the knees to curl in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the knees and curl. Inhale, straight. Exhale, curl it in. Last one, inhale. Exhale, curl and let go. Woo, shake those out. Let's come to table pose. Table pose. If you can't be on your hands, I would come to elbows. If you're in your chair, your hands are on your chair. I think most of you know all that by now. Take the right leg out, lift the right leg. Find your breath. Again, if you're on elbows, you're here. It's a nice option, but we've been doing a lot of stuff on elbows, so you might want to break from that. Squeeze in through the belly, turn the toes out. Slide it across, drop it down, stay right here. Your left hand, I don't know if I said which leg. I have my right leg out, so my left hand is down. If your left leg is out, keep your right hand down and take opposite arm up. Big deep breath. Nice little twist here. Press out of the standing hand and breathe. Exhale, let go. Both hands come back to the floor. Lift, slide, take it all the way across and look back behind you. Lift, level, balancing table. Remember, all optional. Breathe, tone in through the low belly. Release the hand, release the leg, maybe stretch back and shake it out. And then come on back up. I'm going to turn around just so I have room. So here we are, tone the belly, press back through the left leg, hold here. Nice fired up leg, by the way. Always on elbows or hands to chair. Turn the toes out. Slide the leg across that imaginary table, drop that leg down. Hold here, make sure your alignment is good. Opposite hand stays on the mat and take the arm up. Breathe. Press out of that standing hand. Even if you're on elbow, press out of that shoulder and breathe. Exhale, hands to the floor. Lift that leg up, slide it back all the way across. Hello, blocks. Breathe. You can look back at that foot, stretch out that side hip, and then lift the leg. Take it back straight out from the hip. Right arm reaches out. Remember to look kind of down and forward at the mat, not up and forward. Big deep breath. Lower that hand, lower the knee. Just sit back for a second here, big stretch. And then make your way to downward facing dog. If down dog's not possible, either elbows for more of a dolphin or table pose. Find that first pose, wiggle out those feet. And then take the feet nice and wide on your mat. You're coming up to standing, but do it well. Nice forward fold. Bend the knees, hands to knees. Woo, come on up. Shake out the shoulders and breathe. And then go wide, step wide on your mat. So turn sideways for most of you. For me, the toes are going to go out a little bit. We're going to work with goddess. Like I said, we're working hips and legs today. So we're going to get everything nice and warmed up. Arms come up. As you bend, I want you to think about it. Imagine the knees are pressing out. The thighs are rolling out, right? So when you come down slow. Bend the elbows. Tone the belly. right? The most challenging part of this pose, take your hands down to your thighs. Two challenging things. One, if your inner thighs are really tight, your knees are going to want to draw in, right? Which can create a lot of tension in those inner knees. One way to resolve that is just to shorten the pose a little bit. The second issue often is that we don't sit back enough. We sit more forward and the knees shoot way forward. So see if you can sit back in a chair and find that. All right, here we go. Inhale, lift up, squeeze your cute little butts. Exhale, come on down. Don't have to go far. Inhale, exhale. Good, 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Take it up, exhale down. And last one, inhale, exhale. Hands come to heart, roll the shoulders. If you're tired, come on out of pose for a moment. I want you to breathe in through resistance. Pause for a second, take an extra sip. Here we go. Exhale. Stand up. Woo, nice job, everybody. Shake it out. Optional again, we're gonna come into squat one more time. Work with those lower legs, calf muscles. So my gal out there, my love with the foot, yeah, maybe not your pose here, especially the one side. So come on back into your squat. Deep or not deep, not about that. And feel your feet on the mat, right? Maybe lift all your toes, spread them out nice and wide, plant them down. Hands go to hips. I'm actually creating a little resistance here. So I'm actually pushing down a little bit, lift just one heel and down. We're doing 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, yep, 2, 1. Holy moly. If you need to stand straight for a second, go ahead. But let's go to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down. See if you can lift the toes on one side, any amount. Try not to overshift. Lower, see if you can lift the toes on the other. Whoo! Lower, stand up, everybody. Turn all your toes forward. Come into a forward fold. Find your breath. Now, play here a little. Maybe you do kind of little weird circles around the hips. Maybe you bend the knees. Just kind of circle the weight back side, forward side. That's it. You might feel the hamstring attachment here. And then come back to center. Walk the arms straight out. Maybe come to fingertips. And then dig back to the heels. Let the head come between the arms. Find your breath. It's almost like the fingers are trying to drag back, which opens up the shoulders, and the heels are resisting back. So the hips and heels resist back as well. And then slide the hands underneath you, come halfway up. Your right hand goes center of the mat, the left arm goes up. You can use a block here. I did not cue it, so you decide. Hand comes down, other side, little twist, and down. Turn the toes out, bend the knees, hands come to knees, and come on up. Woo! Squeeze everything back together, heel toe in, and shake it out. And then maybe find a wall or something that you can hang on to, right? Don't need it, but kind of nice, and definitely will need something for what we're going to do next. So maybe you've got a fingertips to a wall. Want you to take one leg, I'm going to use my left leg, and take it out to the side. So you don't have to hold on to anything. What's most important is that the toes of that left leg are straight forward. Your hands can come to your heart, or one hand stays at the wall. And then take it forward. Woo! And take it down, but don't let it touch. Take it out, toes stay forward. Take it forward, whoo, and down, just one more. Take it out. We're squeezing, working tensor fascia lata right here, dancer muscle. And forward, here, psoas. Ooh, no kidding. And then lower down fully. Shake it out. All right, other side. We're shifting into the other leg. Remember, you got a wall there if you need it. I'll turn sideways. This is not my stronger leg. Good, take it out to the side. Now notice what you do in the process. Try not to pitch forward. Try not to over pitch to the opposite side. Find your breath, toes forward. There you go, Betty. Toes forward. And then take the leg forward. Woo. Lower, but don't touch. Out to the side. Forward. Down. Last one, out to the side. Squeeze the standing leg. Forward. And down all the way. Shake it out. I know. Whew. Roll it out, everybody. So balance work, strength work, all that happening. Chair pose. Feet are parallel to each other, hips width apart. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, chair pose. Roll the shoulders back. So, right, that low belly tones in. The lower back has a natural curve to it, not too much, not too little. We breathe, hands are either at your heart or they reach out. Now, try to isometrically pull the legs apart. Yes. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands to heart. Just stand up. Find your breath. Shake it out. And come back to the front of your mat. You may want your blocks. We're going to do a little bit of a flow here. So be mindful if you're using your chair, and you know I know who you are. Chair, sun salute on the chair is awesome. You know how to do that. All right, shoulders back, chest lifted, mountain pose. How does mountain pose feel to you? Are you habitually pressing the knees back? Can you just soften them a little bit and feel how the spine will line up better without the behind poking out, right? Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, come on down. You can take hands to blocks or to the floor. Let the head be heavy. You can tilt it some, but don't let it overlift. Good. Shake out your forward fold. Maybe wiggle a little bit and try to find some more opening, some more movement. And then soften both knees and step back with your right leg. You can leave your right knee up or down. Hands come to your knee and lift up into a lunge. Remember, you can leave that knee down. Hands go to heart. Open up your chest, bend your back knee, optional. Feel the stability of this. Imagine trying to push the legs away from each other. Nice tone to the belly. We're not only doing a strengthening pose here, lunge, but we're strengthening and stretching this back knee or back leg. Inhale, arms up, optional. Gonna throw balance. Breathe. And then wherever you are, see if you can straighten the leg. Exhale, hands down. Your hands can come to your blocks. Your left foot is forward. Your right arm goes up. Nice little twist here. When you're in your twist, I'm just coming up for a second. Try to check what the back foot's doing. If you can, the back foot is straight forward, if you can. If you can't, ankle, foot, whatever, don't worry so much, but it throws the hips into a different alignment. That's it. Exhale, hands to the floor or your low blocks. Step back to down dog. Find your breath. Inhale to tippy toes. Exhale, lower your knees. One puppy stretch. Right? So maybe we start there. Nice stretch here. One, you're going to stay here. Two, you're going to slide back into a child's pose, but then come up to Thunderbolt pose, hands to heart. Not everybody's going to do this. If this is painful, please resist the urge to do it. Don't go into the knees if they hurt. Breathe. Here we go. You're going to launch forward, table pose, downward facing dog, or just step forward, right leg. When you're ready, right foot forward, left knee up or down. Take your hands to your knee, lift up. Inhale, reach up. Bend the back knee. Woo. Breathe. This is way harder for me than a standard lunge. Got to work that back leg much harder to make that happen. And then straighten the leg, hands down either to your block or the floor, and your right arm goes up. Find your lunge, or lunge twist. Maybe take a notice of the back heel and see if it can go straight. Release, hands to the floor, careful, step forward. Bend the knees, take your hands to your knees. And then lift the chest all the way, all the way, all the way. Chair pose. I know, I said legs, didn't I? I said hips, didn't I? Oh, stand up. Exhale, let go. Shake it out. We were on our bikes yesterday and it was like, holy crap. It was hard, it was windy, and it was tricky. And I thought I got to do more of that apparently. All right, breathe everybody. So, chair pose. We're going to make this a little bit more of a movement balance. So again, if you want to be near a wall, just to be able to touch if necessary, go ahead and do that. So hands are to your heart. Your feet are parallel to each other. Come on down, little squat. This is another one, by the way, chair pose, where we can really overshoot the knees. So if you can, sit back. What we're going to do from here is as you take the arms up, when you stand up, hands to heart, lift one leg. Set that foot down on purpose. Come on down, arms up. Here we go. Number two, whoop, lift up. Breathe, whoop. And down, lift up, chair pose. Here we go, third one. Balance, goodness gracious. Stand tall in that standing leg, gonna make a difference. Down. And 4. Find your balance, easy Betty, don't force it. And down, we got 2 more, one on each side. And I screwed that one up, hands to heart. You can lift up too, maybe that makes more sense. Last one, other side. Breathe. Woo. Set the leg down. Exhale, forward fold or hands to knees or chair. Find your breath. Take your hands to your knees. Come on up. Roll it out. Shake it out. So I was reading again about knees and knee health and how important it is to have the quads strong, to work with those knees, right? If the quadricep muscles, thigh muscles are weak, it'll affect the knee more. So just try to lean into one foot, lift the other one, put your hand on your thigh, and then straighten, feel the engagement, and bend. Straighten, find a still spot if you can. Straighten, bend, straighten, and let go. When you're working with the quads, it's the straight leg that engages the muscle. The bent knee stretches them, right? Makes sense. So here we are. Straight, bend, find your still spot. Straight, bend, straight, bend. One more. Straight, and bend, and shake it out. Good. Let's put a little bit of that flow together. Be mindful, my darlings. Here we go. Take it out. Exhale, forward fold. You have your blocks nearby. Roll the shoulders, bend the knees, step back, right leg. Either stay high lunge or low lunge. See if you can bypass your knee. Keep the hands close. Take the arms up. Find your pose. Take your hands to your heart. Bend your back knee. Woo. Breathe. Yeah, right. Go a little lower. We've got a whole lot more work. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, hands to the floor, right hand down, left arm up. Use your breath, everyone. Exhale, hand to the floor, downward facing dog or table pose. Breathe. Inhale, tippy toes, lower knees. Hands reach out, puppy stretch. 1, you're gonna stay here. 2, you're gonna slide either to child or to hero or Thunderbolt, really. Breathe. Press off to come back. Table pose. Downward facing dog. Just say, I got this. I got this. No problemo. Breathe. Step forward, right leg. Woo. Knee up or knee down. So if you're going to bypass the knee from a stability standpoint, the inner thighs reach toward each other, the hands stay close to the body, and then we lift up. Squeeze that glute, everybody. Hands to heart, bend the back knee. Don't do this if it's painful for the knee. Think about tucking the pelvis, which I didn't say from a Q standpoint. Straighten the leg, arms up. Exhale, hands down, left hand stays, right arm floats up. Nice little twist. Breathe. Take that hand down. Listen up, step back, down dog, last one. Knees down. Puppy stretch. Slide on back, Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt, you're sitting on your heels. Hero, you would sit between. My knees don't like that, so I don't do that. Breathe. I know. Hang in there, Miss Betty. I'm saying that really more for myself than her. All right, slide it forward. Down dog. Woo! Take the feet wide. Walk those hands back. Walk the feet back to hips width. Hands to knees. Chest lifts, tailbone drops. Chair pose. Find your breath. Anybody else sweating? Is it just me? Press up. Woo! Down and shake it out. Coffee. The girls are saying they're not going to let me drink any more coffee. All right, so we're going to play just with a little bit of balance in our chair pose. We have done this before. It's no big deal, right? Again, Maybe if you're using a chair, your hand goes to the back side of the chair just for balance, right? Just to have it there. This time the legs come together. Legs come together. Inhale the arms up. As the hands come to heart, come on down, chair pose, and breathe. With your knees together, see if you can lift your left leg. And breathe. Lower, find your chair, lift the right leg. All the ankle work we're doing today, holy moly, so good for you. Lower, stand up, arms up, listen up. Exhale, chair. 1, you're here. 2, lift the left leg. 3, airplane. Breathe. I know we've been doing that combo a little bit. Breathe. Come back to your knee. Release your foot. Take it up. Last one. Come on down. Woo! Right foot lifts. Find your still point. Airplane pose. Back to your knee. Back to your foot. And come on up. Shake it out. I don't want to be on that airplane. That was woo, all over the place, right? So when we talk about just functional movement, what's going to help us get through our lives, right? As healthy and strong as we can. All of that is so important, right? Because we walk, we're always balancing. When we walk, we just don't think about it. One foot is always up, right? So we want to be able to move, transition, think about it, right? And play with what's possible in the realm of our yoga practice. So that's my little spiel. All right, you're going to need your block and your strap. We're going to be coming down to the floor. I know that's making you very happy. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, come on down. Step back to your dog. We're going to come to a seat, so just so you know. And then lower down to your knees and come to a seat. So once again, if you're in the chair, you're sitting in the chair. If you are still okay, I want you to come back to sitting on a block. With as much as we've done, this probably feels much easier than it did. If that is not your cup of tea, where we're going, you can come to table, or sorry, Janu, or even that foot out, because here's where we're going, except on the block, and I'll explain in a moment. Okay. Because, right, one size doesn't fit all. We've got to be able to play with our practice so that it works for us. All right, so here we are again. We're in Thunderbolt. We feel good, legs are open, everything's open. We feel strong. So I want you to start, even if you're seated cross-legged, by taking the arms up and just doing a little bit of side body work with the thought that the ribs are moving away from the hips, right? Or away from the pelvis. And maybe you circle. And maybe you think every time I move, I'm getting a little taller. And a little taller. That's it. And then take the arms separate and let the hands come down. One leg stays where it is, the other leg comes out. Breathe. You're going to grab that foot again. You're going to see if you can extend it up. But this time you're going to think about getting that much taller through the ribs, through the chest, and then take the arm up. And imagine this is a variation of Heron pose, Heron, not one that we generally do, but think about a heron. If you live anywhere in this state of Florida, think about those beautiful birds and how stately they are, how beautiful they are, and just feel it. And you can play, you can take the leg out, the arm out, find a little balance that way. Bring it back, listen up. If you're okay here, I want you to bend and set your other leg on top. Please be mindful, my darlings, right? If this hurts, the foot comes out here, not as comfortable, or the foot comes onto a block, a little bit better. Good. I don't have my ankle bone on my thigh because it just hurts. It feels like somebody's putting a little knuckle there. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, forward. Walk it slow. Hips go back, torso goes forward. A variation of figure 4. If this is not your idea of a good time, I want you to take it into a regular seated figure 4. Good, beautiful. And breathe. Keep pressing back on your block as your torso comes forward. And come on up, everybody. Roll your shoulders. Release that leg. Maybe straighten it. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Make sure the chest is leading the way so we don't just roll into our low backs. And come on up. Switch sides. We're going to come off the block after this. Just giving you a little light at the end of the tunnel. Good. Here we are again. So same thing, right? How do we get long? How do we can we find the space between the ribs and through the muscles, the side body muscles, right? The belly muscles. Where is it in space? Can we play with our bodies and go, oh yeah, feel that, right? Feel that. I didn't even know I was tight here. And then reach both arms up. Exhale, both hands down. Grab your foot and take it up. Belly is toned, right? From a support standpoint, the other arm goes up. Breathe. Maybe you go wide. Ooh, feel that. Take it center. Bend the knee, let it rest on top of the other one. My little foot went crampy all of a sudden. This is a great spot to be able to massage that back foot. By the way, I wish I'd have done that on the other side, right? You put the knuckles or the thumb into that flat foot. Ooh, baby, that feels good. All right, so here we are. Straighten up. Okay, here we go. Hands forward. Press the hips back. I've been in a really silly mood for like days. John's going, what is wrong with my very serious wife? Press back, lengthen forward. Find your breath, everybody. Whew. Breathe wherever you are. If you are trusting your body, you are doing a beautiful thing. And come on up. Release. Extend. Play. Straighten. Thank you for that reminder. Take the body forward. And release it. All right, we are coming off block. So take it out. I want you to have a block and your strap. And then come on down. You can use your blanket if you want a soft, low pillow for your head. Low meaning it's not all bunched up under your neck, okay? And then come on down. Oh yeah. We deserve this one. So just feel that. Keep your legs bent. Let your body settle. Maybe a few pelvic tilts and tucks. I want you to take one block and place it down near your knee. It can be right under the knee, it can be on the thigh, or it can be lower. The reason for it being close to the knee is so that you don't hyperextend the knee. I kind of like mine right at the calf level. So you can flip your block over once and then have it more at the calf, just so your knee doesn't pop back. And then flex that foot and feel a little bit of space behind your lower back. You should be able to feel that. Draw the knee, the right knee, toward your chest, but keep the space behind your lower back. And breathe. So if you bring the knee in so close that you round and flatten, take it away so that you have that space there. It's really important. Keep your right hand on your right knee or underneath. And then lift the left, lift the left leg. Don't let your lower back flatten, right? If I bring it up so high, my back goes to the floor. Don't want to do that. Keep the space and then lower to your block. Good. Inhale it up. Keep control here and lower. Inhale up. Your left arm, by the way, can be wherever it's comfortable. Good. Lift up. Really focus on keeping the curve in the low back. And down. We got one more. Lift up. And then take that same left leg halfway down, so it's at a diagonal. Reach both arms overhead if that's okay for you. Keep the space. And then lift the arms off the floor as well. So the arms are hovering, the legs hovering. Straighten the right leg to meet the left. Keep the space in the lower back, point your toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both knees to your chest. Good. Feet to the floor. Just find your block and shift it over to your other leg. Straighten the leg just so you know it's there. Place that leg on your block. Flex your foot. Draw the left knee to your chest. Find your curve. Find your little curve around your low back. All right, here we go. Your hand is holding your knee. Just really, it's a spacer or a placer more than anything. Tone the lower belly. Lift the right leg. Don't lose your lumbar curve. And slow, lower it down. Good. Lift up. And lower. Slow. Inhale, lift. I want you really focused here on what's going on with your pelvis and with the lumbar spine. And lower, nice straight leg. And lift. Lower part way. Take both hands overhead. Draw the shoulders. Keep the low back curve. Lift the arms. 1, you're here. 2, you're going to straighten the left leg, point both feet. You're resting on your sacrum. Breathe. Bend both knees. Bring them into chest. Round your back. Good. Find your block. Move it completely out of the way. Straighten the left leg all the way down to the floor. Smooth that thigh out. Like smooth it down to the floor. If you are here or with your knee to your chest, if you start to bring your knee to your chest and either you lose your lumbar curve immediately or your left leg buckles, right? The knee has to bend, then I want you to put the block back under your leg. Because what we're trying to do is lengthen the front psoas. And if our leg is buckled, it means our leg is just too low. The psoas is too tight. So draw the right knee in, keep the hips even and the curve in your spine. Here we go. Lift the leg. Don't lose your curve. And down. Inhale, lift. Exhale. You can lift and point your toes. Lift, flex to lower. 2 more. Lift, flex, lower, point, and lift. Good. I want you to lower part way. Check that curve. Tone the belly. The arms go overhead. They can hover as long as the shoulder's okay. Straighten the right leg. Here we are again. All kinds of work going on with your core. Good. Breathe. Lower your right leg just another maybe foot. Both knees to chest. Good job, everybody. You can, when you bring both knees in, you can curl up through your low back. It's all right. Good. Shake it out. Let's do the other side and then we're done with this. The right leg straightens. Smooth it out. Ground it down. Flex the foot. The left knee draws up toward chest, but you don't lose your lumbar curve. All right. One hand to your knee just to hold it in place. Hold the lower belly. Here we go. Lift and lower. Good. Point maybe when you lift. Flex when you lower, or the other way, whatever feels more natural. Lift and lower. Good. 2 more. Lift, flex, and lower. Good. Last one. Lift, flex, lower. Take that leg up at a diagonal. Tone your belly. Arms go overhead. You might just stay here. Remember that curve in your spine. The arms are lifted if that's okay for you. Extend through the left leg. Squeeze in through your belly. You're resting on, for the most part, your sacrum and your shoulders or upper back. Your head is neutral. Lower the left leg by about a foot. Woo! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees in. Good job, everybody. Woo. And then grab your strap, take the strap around your left foot, take that left foot up to the ceiling, take the right leg long, let everything just rest. The left leg or straight up, the right leg straight down. Soften the shoulders. Bend the knee, switch feet. And breathe. Good, release. Both knees to chest. You can set your strap aside. Take both knees to the right. Come into a twist. Open up the back body. Take the left arm out to the left or cactus arm. Nice stretch here. Use your breath. Soften everything down. Remember, you can always have a block between your knees or underneath your knees. And as you release, the knees come back to center. They come back toward chest and they lower to the left. Soften your jaw, everybody. What time? Breathe. I gotta check my clock. That's right. Oh yeah, okay. And take those knees back to center. Grab one of your blocks. Press into your feet and lift your hips off the floor. Set the block underneath your sacrum. At this point, for me personally, I would take anything from behind your head. If you absolutely need something there, please make sure it's as low as possible. Because in even this restorative bridge pose, we want space behind the neck. We never want to flatten down the neck. So we have space there. We're going to pause here. Make sure that block is comfortably underneath your sacrum. And breathe. So restorative bridge, baby back bend. Draw one knee to chest. Straighten the other leg. Maybe feel the stretch along that straight leg, especially at the front, especially at the psoas. Deep breath. And then bend that knee, switch sides. Feel that nice, sweet stretch. Bend both knees to chest. Hold on to your block. Take both legs up. Once you feel steady here, you can let go of the block unless you're up high for some reason. If you're using a chair and you're on the floor, legs go up the chair, it's lovely. So we are starting to move into our Shavasana time. If you are comfortable here, I would invite you to stay here for another couple of minutes, 1 to 2 minutes. Inversions are so good for your body, your nervous system. If you are comfortable, maybe we stay here for a little bit longer. If you are not comfortable, then take your feet to the floor, lift off your block, and find Shavasana a little bit sooner than the others. Shavasana won't be super long. Just breathe. Feel how long your inhale is here without effort. And if you're still legs up, bend the knees to chest. One foot to the floor, other foot to the floor. Lift off your block, squeeze your glutes, and then lower down all the way, both knees to chest. And then one leg straight to the corner edge of your mat, the other leg straight, and find a more traditional Shavasana. And in Shavasana, notice the ease with which you are breathing. Find your breath. Soften your body. Send a flood of love and appreciation to every cell in your body. For those of you ready, start to wiggle toes and fingers, maybe circle out through the wrists and the ankles. As you take a nice deep breath, draw the knees in toward chest. Rock side to side. Allow the knees to roll to one side. And then press up. And feel your body. Feel your state of mind, your heart. Bring those hands to your heart. Bow to this gift of life and breath and body and movement that we have today. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody.